Good evening, everybody. It's Patmos, and tonight you to join me for yet another stream with Ostriv. Let's get the town rolling as we construct another row house. At least we were busy with that. And we have some issues to resolve. Now, we recently had the harvest. We have quite a bit of buckwheats, almost 7,000. We have a few apples left. We have only 3,000 potatoes and a bit of harvest incoming. That's why last time we built this farm, and hopefully we can get good yields out of that soon. But for now, we'll just have to struggle to survive the next winter. And once we do, all should be fine. And after this big harvest comes in, we should have plenty of food. But for now, well, it can be quite exciting. Now we can see that this family has a bit of trouble getting firewood in. I'm looking, yeah, we are trying to sell it, but we don't have that much here. Which mainly comes because we don't have a warehouse stocked with firewood in this area. So let's get going with that. We need to make sure that we do have some firewood here. So let's set it up. And that should work out. Maybe we should build that first, since this still needs bricks anyway. And we need more workers to get the distillery working. I hope we can fix that soon, because otherwise not a lot of beer or rilka will be coming in. So then there won't be enough booze for everybody. So let's hopefully soon fix that. And of course, I hope everybody is all right, that you all had a nice week, and that we can start off the weekend with a nice little stream. And of course, if anything's off in the sounds or whatever, feel free to let me know. But everything should be fine. There we go, the fulling mill is fully operational. Good evening, Kevin. So glad you made it. I hope all is well. Our trees are still growing. Hopefully soon they can start chopping them down again. Planting new apple trees here. We still have more of the church area to decorate soon. Alright, so things are on their way and things look okay, but they could be better. I guess we still need, yeah, we still have a lot of open jobs. It's almost winter, and these people aren't able to hire anybody to work these fields. So we really need to expand this part of town, actually. Let's spend a little bit of time on that. We're going to build one more house like this, just to fill up this area nicely. That should work out. Let me show you what I did last time, because I did a little mistake, I did a little adjusting. I put this little checkbox on, it's right here in the info overlays. Always show occupied spaces. Now, if I want to try and build something, and we get close to something, you will see that it lights up. And normally it doesn't do that. So if I take this off, which is normally off, then we won't see it until we overlap with it. And by turning that on, we can easily see where the new buildings are placed, and that can help us make fencing and stuff like that. So that could be a really good addition if you play this game. Make sure you click this little tick box. It will work for all your save games, so you just have to do it once, and it will work forward until you reload the game next time, and it's just there. And that can really help to make sure that you do all the right things and you can see where you want to build. Alright, let's fill this up with firewood, so we won't have a firewood issue anymore. Which should be quite good. That should work. Hopefully they'll bring in some good firewood, although we first need workers in here that are still busy working on the farms. So what we need to do now is make sure that we get more houses in this area to work all these jobs. The thing is, we can just expand this way and start building here, or we go and put something up in this little corner of the map. I think this is a bit closer to the area here, so placing the jobs here will make sure that they can work on this farm, but also in these areas. So I think we could start a tiny bit of town here soon. We'll build a granary and then build houses around it. So yeah, I think that might be a nice addition. If you have any thoughts on that, just please let me know. Alright, we have not got much warm clothing left, so let's buy a few. Let's get some wheat so that our windmills can keep going. And we're just going to try and sell all the rest. Ooh, we're almost out of iron. So that is actually something that we need to get soon once we can. But that should be fine. Well supplied. Oh, he's probably well supplied. And I believe there's another Formula 1 race. So things should be good. And I guess if there's no mechanical issues with Verstappen, he probably win the race anyway. So you'll have a good weekend. Maybe there's another big party on Sunday after the race and we'll miss him in the stream later on. Alright, plenty of hay. The sheep are doing good. Can't always be a party, that's true, but if it was a week ago, then it's time for another party. Alright, we still need a few more bricks here. So I'm going to start laying out a little bit of town here, so that we can get enough workers in this area. I think we should start off a little bit this way, facing towards the street. Now, I think these gardens are a little bit too wide. They're not too big, they're just a bit too wide. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make them a little less wide, but that's it. I like the size of them. I think we should place the houses in the back like this. Or at least somewhat in the back. Why isn't it working? There it is. And then we'll have houses with an okay garden, I guess. Alright, there we go. I like the fact that I can now see all the other buildings. I knew this button is already there for quite some time. I just totally forgot about it. And now that I found out about it again, I'm really happy. Alright, since there won't be a lot of traffic here, we're going to build a row of 4 houses. Because this is the edge of the map anyway. So we don't have to bother about it. Warning, no market stalls nearby. Oh, that's a good warning. I know that, but it's a good warning. Because one of the plans I have is build another 4 houses on this side. And then start working towards a granary. So that we can provide food in this area too, because that's quite important. But if we build these houses first, or at least put down the layout, then we know where they're going to be, and we know where we can put the granary then. To make it have the most effect. It makes it quite easier, and especially, I mean, right now with the housing usually we're fine. But especially with placing fencing and stuff around buildings that you have not constructed yet, this makes it a lot easier. So it's very nice that we can do that now. Alright, we have a whole neighborhood that's coming along here, so let's build a granary. I think we're going to build the granary right here. Then we can also fence it off a bit. And then we'll do it slightly different than what we did before. Let's see, let's build some... Oh, is this the fencing I want around it? No, I want this fencing. We'll maintain a bit of road space here, so we'll just do it like this. This should be the granary. And then right here we'll build a separate marketplace space, so just market stalls. And some fencing around and stuff like that. So the people actually do have a nice market area. We can build some benches and stuff around it too, and make this like a whole new part of the city center. We'll place one big tree in the middle. Let's get a bit of fencing around already, so that at least we know where it is now. And then we'll expand it soon. I think we should work on the granary first though, so they can start filling that up with goods that they need to sell in these market stalls. Yeah, we could. If we just pause the game in the beginning, we can just fill up a building queue with 100 buildings. That's definitely possible. I don't know why we would do that, but yeah, we could. All right, let's start setting this up. We want fish in there. We want potatoes in there, of course. We need to sell some firewood. Then we need one just for clothing and stuff like that. Clothing, shoes, warm clothing, and some salt, so people can get salt. And then we'll just, we need to at least get apples in here. But what else do we have? That's sometimes a good idea to just check what we actually have. We have apples. We also have apricots, which are still spoiling a lot. So we're going to sell a lot of apricots in here. And what else? What else do we have a lot of that we can... Ooh, maybe some beef. Oh, we don't have a lot of beef. We have some beef. We actually get okay amounts of butter, and we're selling it quite well. Selling all of the chicken eggs, chicken meat, cheese. Oh, that's actually quite nice. We still have some honey, but we're not producing honey, I think. So then we should buy some honey. Some mutton. Ah, we are selling mutton as well. Most of the things we have, we actually sell. But I think we can just set this one up to also buy some goods from the locals and resell them. That could work. Messenger from Merefa. Let's buy a bit of wheat again. And let's sell some salt. That should be it. And now... Oh, they have all the resources for this row house. That's excellent. I do like the wintry park, by the way. Looks really cool with a few real green trees and the rest just all leafless and stuff. That looks nice. It's starting out to be a very big park with the row houses in the back. I like this. Can't wait to get going with the row houses on this side if we can still fit them in. Well, this part of town is working out. All they need to do is finish it now, but I think all the workers are... No, there's a few workers, but most of them are probably taking a rest. Yeah, they're going to the construction site, getting a cart back, going to the construction site. So yeah, they just finished bringing all the resources and now they're all coming towards the construction site. There they came. Alright, let's finish this house. I still desperately need these brick houses like with all the red on them. I would so much love to see those in the town. Especially since it's kind of the Dutch way of building, so I would love to see that. But here we are with another white house. We have apartments. One family got married, they live there now. The rest should slowly fill up with people from other places. They're all welcome to join our little city. Now let's focus on this part of town. Because one other thing that we need to get in here is some wells. Now let's take some space for that. We'll build a well on this side and a well on this side. And I think we should just establish the whole market area now. So here's an entrance. And on this side is a little entrance. There we go. And oh no, I think we should have an entrance here too. We should not be too picky about the entrances. Yeah, that's it. And then here an entrance. Getting behind the well. Yes. And then like this. And then soon we can start decorating this. And then we have a little market area with water. I guess we should get some benches in. I don't really like the gazebos. They're fun, but I don't know. They don't really feel like the things I should use. Alright, let's place 3 benches here. Then we can plant trees here, I hope. Oh, we can plant one on this side, so that works. Luckily, we can adjust this a little bit to make room for another tree. So let's plant a maple tree here next to it. And then continue the fencing a little bit. We'll just have to redo the fence then. That's usually the most nice. Otherwise you just get a little short piece of fencing in. That's not how I want to see it. There we are. That's true, that's true. It would be nice to have all these different sorts of flowers and stuff. But, well, this is nice too. I think we should go like this in this area again. Just play a bit around with the shapes of the benches, or not really the shapes, but how we place them. Yeah, we can do it like this. See, can we still fit a tree behind? No. Inaccessible. Ah, okay. Well, we can fit a tree here. So that should work. Place occupied, inaccessible. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Now let's do something like that on this side too. Wish we had something like a fireplace or something. Then we could build a little fireplace there. I guess that would be nice. Let's plant another tree there. Let's get some bushes at the entrance. Maybe change it up and do the bushes on the outside. That's interesting. Messenger from Balaklia. Yes, we can buy iron just as we need it. Great. That's good. We have some clothing, but not enough to sell. I don't think we have anything to sell at this point. Nope. Alright, well, that's okay. That's okay. We have plenty of stuff anyway. And we can let this area develop soon enough. This is fine for now. Alright, let's put in all the goods that we've set up for this. So let's put in... we have plenty of apples soon because we had new orchards built. So let's get apricots, buckwheat. Now we need to spread the buckwheat and potatoes and stuff around in the town. So we're not going to put in too many of it because we need it in all the different granaries. We need potatoes in here. 1500 is probably already too much, but we'll deal with it. We need a bit of salt in here because we're going to sell salt too. And now I just need to check. Buckwheat, flour, potatoes we put in. Clothing we can't put in. Apples, apricots. So yeah, all that we need is in here. In good amounts. Now we just need workers in here. And tell them that they can supply it via different ways. I guess we also need a warehouse here for the clothing. And for... the firewood, so that they can easily get that and sell it here, and maybe even for the salt. Question is where to place the warehouse. I guess we're going to need two. We really want to get all those goods. Though I'm not 100% sure. We'll just start off with one. We'll build it right here on this little piece here. So it's still close enough, but not too close. Yep, there it goes. Let's move it up so we can get it filled up soon. I don't think there's any water source close by, so we should probably build a well first. The closest well... because this they can't use for drinks. So the closest well for these people is all the way here. So yeah, that's not going to work. So we need a well in this area before we start building houses. Have you got water sports put on? Oh, water spots or water sports. But no water sports in this game, unfortunately. Which is a real shame. Should see people ice skating now. Although I guess that's not historically accurate then, because they're not doing it, so it's not any game. Waiting for the new season. Well, since they're not doing anything in the winter, why do we have people in there? Let's just keep one for the off-season. That should be fine. And let's do apply to all. That should free up some workers for the other industries. Hops, barley, charcoal. We're already out of hops. We need to keep an eye on the hops soon. Because I don't think we produce enough hops. Yeah, we have 2 wells here, but we still have to build them. So I'm going to build one of the wells now. I moved it up in the queue so that it gets done quickly. And afterwards we can start building the houses here. But if we build the houses first, the people will get very thirsty. And I don't think that's a good idea. I mean, they can always borrow a beer from you, but I think it's better to just provide them with some water. These people need to stay healthy and get to work soon, so I won't allow them to be drunk. Alright, so we have the houses here. This is completely filled up, so it's time for the next one. Let's check. We have one with a store, one without a store, one with a store, and one with the opening. So I guess it's time for just another 3-story row house, and then we'll do another one with a store. I think that should be the right call. Alright, let's get it as close as possible. And then hit the F1 button to perfectly align it. There we are. Alright. There it comes. This is one without a store. And then we'll get another 3-story one with a store. And I think that's about it. Then we'll have a full street. And all we need to do then is wait until it's built. And then we can go to the other side. And we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 big row houses to work within this little area. I like it. As the snow is melting and another new spring season is about to start. Well, we had 2 a little bit colder days here in Holland too, with only 16 degrees, and now it should be a very nice and warm and comfy weekend again. I like it. Looking forward to it. Ah, these are finally getting stocked up on a few goods. Although I hope most people will start helping out on the farms to get all the lands sown in and stuff like that. Ah, I have an idea. These are also sowing, so they need the people in there to actually do the sowing. Okay, so we're not going to get them out there. We still have 1700 potatoes, so that's not enough to survive until the next harvest. We still have 5000 buckwheat. That should be enough. We don't have flour, but we're still producing some. And we have a few apples left. So we might get a few people not so happy with food variety soon. But then I hope this new farm starts kicking in. And we get a lot of people fed up with a nice bunch of food. Night starts drawing in soon. Yeah, that's true, that's true. 21st, longest day. From then on the nights will get longer and the days will get shorter again. I guess we'll survive. Alright, we still need the 3rd plow, which can speed things up quite good. So let's go over here. I thought we already had an oxen here. I don't see it in here. Let's check it. Yeah, we already have an oxen here. We have a 1-year-old bull and a 10-month-old bull. Do we have a 1-year-old here too? We have 2 1-year-olds here. Alright, an oxen. Now they should be able to finish the plow. And that should help out. Messenger from Paniyut. Alright, let's buy some honey. And let's sell some honey over town to fulfill the need for all the different food varieties. Because right now we're not making the demand for that. And we need to. Alexa has the flu. Alright, well, she should go see the barber shop, get a haircut and some flu medicine. Guess that would be nice. How are we doing with the taxes? We're taxing the barber surgery. Very good. Let's get good amounts of money in from that. Alright, they're really busy plowing, but they're not able to hire a lot of people. I would say that people from here should be, they're already working as laborers, because they should be able to go here and then work on the farms. Let me check the salaries. I think we're going to set up the salaries on the farms to 120%, so that those jobs will get done first. And now we did it on all the farms, so all the farms should be able to hire people a bit more easy than others. All the other obstructions. So hopefully the free workers that we do have will actually go to the farms now. But you won't see an instant change if you do little tweaks like this, because people are already doing a job and they won't just let everything fall out of their hands and start doing another one. They will finish that job, go home, take a rest, buy some stuff, and then when they seek another job as a laborer, they will go to the farms first. So there is a little bit of a waiting time before you see the effects of it. So don't get alarmed when you don't immediately see the effects. That's normal. Well, we can already see that more and more people are starting to work on the farms. So it should be okay. And hopefully at the same time we can just build a few extra houses and things like that. I want to move up a row house. We already have 4,600 bricks. Just a few more and we can really get to work. This building is filled up with what? Horilka. Alright. That's interesting that we have so much Horilka. I guess we should be storing it somewhere. Does it go in a granary? I think so. Yep. Alright, well we can put 1,000 Horilka in here. They can just pick it up. And we can start to sell some Horilka. And I guess we should really get people in those market stalls now. So let's click one of the existing market stalls and hit apply to all, because we have set these ones up already. Apply to all, there we go. Now they should all get workers and be supplied. Except this one, because this one has nothing to sell yet. These should get workers and laborers, but first the farms will be done. See, this one already wants food. They have to go quite far to get it. We need to get workers in here. So what have you guys planned for the weekend? Except watching Formula 1, of course. Any other plans or things you want to do? We need more sunflowers. We need basically everything and then more. They're already chopping all the trees here again. That should make sure that we have plenty of wood quick enough. Let's start the happy life. Sell the Horilka. Yeah, we're going to sell all the booze. We have a tavern anyway, so that should be selling it all. We have Horilka, beer and meat, so we're providing everything to town. I just need to find a place where we can store more of this. I also have an idea. Is there an open spot here? No, so we need this one filled up and then we put in the honey here. And then we can start selling some honey. And we can also buy honey from local people. So that should be interesting too. Oh, you have your own greenhouse. What are you growing in there? Nice. I also want a greenhouse. I've recently planted some bell peppers in the garden and some cherry tomatoes. And the little plants are slowly starting to come up, so that works. But still a long way to go before we can get any harvest out of that. Ooh, this one is almost done. Let's set it up. We need in here clothing. Warm clothing, but we don't have any, so then we can't put it in. Shoes. We should have shoes. Oh, no. Alright. Let's just get this. Warm clothing. Shoes. Salt. And firewood. Firewood. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that should be 2,000 each. But from the clothing and stuff, we don't have that much yet. So we'll lower those amounts a bit. And that way we can do like 4,000 firewood. And then things should be fine. Let's get 2 workers in there for now. As soon as we can have them. Brewery, market stall, the forestry, the granary. So all the new people that come in immediately get a job here. Tomatoes, lettuce, potatoes, onions and cucumbers. Nice, 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 nice. Alright, interesting. Well, sometimes the best weekends are the ones where you did not plan anything and think we're just coming along and things just happen as a surprise. That can be very fun. Alright, this one's almost done sewing. Finally, half April. We really need to focus on more people for now. We still need 40 more people. We can also see that every now and then the entertainment needs weren't filled. That's probably because this has a hard time getting all their booze in then. So a thing we could do is try... Oh, we don't have space close by. I thought let's get a granary close by with the goods that it might need. I think we can still do that though. Let's see, can we fit the small granary here? Yes, we can, as long as we destroy this little fencing, or at least create an opening in it. So let's destroy it. Let's build a small granary where we can store all the booze for the tavern. And then let's continue the fencing here. So that the roads will remain, hopefully, or at least somewhat. I think we should do it a bit like this. So that it gets completely fenced off, so nobody will get through. And then the road will remain, because I think that's nice. Let's set up a few trees here. Make this area a bit nicer. And then we can get the small granary up here. For all the booze, so that this one keeps working all the time. Everybody can buy the booze that they want. Quickly, that should be good. So do you like really have green fingers and have a bit of knowledge about how to grow those things and stuff like that, or? I mean, I don't really have that. I have to read up on things and then finally I know a little bit what to do. But I'm not that good with it. Right, another married family coming this way. Wish there was a new family, but this is also okay. Shame you cannot employ a minstrel for part of the year or a group of actors. Yeah, that would be nice if we could get street entertainment and things like that. I mean, just like the market stall, we should be able to put a little podium up or, I don't know, get shoe polishers and things like that. I mean, it is 1732, so having somebody, usually a kid, I guess, to do some shoe polishing and things like that. That would be nice to have those things roadside and people playing an instrument and... Yeah, that could be very interesting. Alright, we can slaughter a few sheep. Well, only one. Alright, well, one is more than nothing, so let's slaughter a few rams if we can. Finally, they're coming of age, and here there's a lot that came of age. That's good. That means that the tanners should get to work soon. Also, the slaughterhouse can now do a better job with that. The fulling mill should help out. Alright, here we have the broadcloth, the clothes, the shoes, the warm clothes, and the sheepskin. Flax, hemp, wool, cowhides, leather. I think we can add sheep hides to this one. Should probably lower this amount because otherwise... Yeah, let's put the sheep hides in there because we have no place for the sheep hides so far. That should be it. Now everything should have a place. Shoemaker should be busy making shoes. Do we have a little surplus of shoes already? No. Could be that at some point we're going to invest a bit more in another piece of clothing industry just to make sure that we have all the different pieces of clothing. Nope, stick them in and hope. I think 99% is blind luck. Okay, well, I have a very tiny 30 centimeter by 20 centimeter greenhouse that I can place inside the house for the early year to just get the seeds out and make sure that they grow easily up to become like 5 or 10 centimeters high, and then I can put it out in the garden when it's the right temperature. But I do try to learn things, and at some point I want to build a proper garden. And then make sure that we can really grow some of our own food, although not a lot, of course. But we've experimented with beans and things like that. I do like it a lot, growing some of my own food, but it's hard work, and it requires knowledge that I don't always have. And I don't have a greenhouse. A greenhouse really helps, especially if the weather is not that good. And right now, this year, we had a very late spring before temperatures really got up to and above 15 degrees. And then last year we had a very early spring, so I was very early with putting up the first seeds indoors, and then we got another cold snap and stuff still died anyway. And having your own little greenhouse works, because then you have plenty of space. Ooh, we can sell horilka, by the way. It will just... The weather influence are a lot smaller when you have your own little greenhouse, so things stay good for longer. It's a real benefit. Alright, let's store some booze and let's sell it to other towns, get those people happy too. I mean, we're nice people, we can share. Yeah, that comes automatically between all the tiles and stuff and the stones. I think we're going to buy some potatoes because we're totally out and it's not harvest time yet. So let's get a few potatoes. I'm just going to buy another batch of ore. Yeah, this should do it for now. Are we still? We still have 2,600 buckwheat, so that's okay. We're out of potatoes. Luckily, most people have food, so it's no big issue right now. Yeah, that's true, but then I'm just a bit lazy, or I forget to take a look at the weather, and then the next morning it has been a very cold night, and then I see that my plants didn't do very well. Yeah, here come the first food issues. Luckily it's already the end of May, so we're getting closer to the harvest already. I hope these people will remain quite some time. These might be an issue though, because these... Ooh, they stocked up on booze. I guess they're drinking away the sorrow that they don't have a lot of food. But I'm really hoping... Oh, we're not selling a lot of fruits and stuff here. Oh well, that gets fixed soon. I'm kind of hoping that once the potatoes come in and things like that, we can really meet the needs of all the people. But we'll see. This one is still filled up with horilka. Ah, this one is slowly getting somebody in there, but we need more people in there. Still a big shortage of workers, but now also the tavern isn't working properly. Ah, luckily this granary comes in soon. Hopefully that will help make sure that there's enough booze in here to keep working so that we can get new families in town. But we also have no housing available at this point, so it's a bit of a double issue. We'll have to, yeah, the religious needs are filled. Entertainment needs are now filled, so I guess the new booze came in. Yes, but they're selling it very fast too. Well, we'll solve one thing at a time. We'll get the booze solved with this. We'll get the shortage of people solved with this. And then things should work smoothly again. I do like the fact that once the town gets a bit bigger, you end up with new struggles, like meeting up with all the people needs and stuff like that. So it's not like get past the first year and there's no challenges anymore. There will be challenges, but they're doable. You can just overcome them if you work for it. That's also very nice. All right, beer, mead, and horilka. There it is. We'll set them all to 2500. I don't know how much we have in town, but this should be sufficient for now. Let's get workers in there. Make sure this gets supplied. It can take from other granaries, that's fine. We want all the booze in here. Yeah, well, I believe if you read the description here, an adult consumes near 100 units of food per year, and it may get a little bit higher depending on how much we have and the food variety, but an adult consumes for 100 food a year, so we have a need for 40,000 units of food in a year. And we can see here how much we produce. Can't sort it out that way, but we can see that we produce nothing of this, of course. I believe if we go... No. We can see the history here. So we can see that if we go to the buckwheat, for instance, that we had a lot in store and now it's just falling quickly. But we are producing around 7,000 a year, as we can see here. So with that and a lot more other stuff, we need to grow the amount of food that we produce, basically. But it's quite complicated. But we can have a little overview on how much food we actually need. But if we take a look at this, we can see that we have a lot of kids which consume less food, so that's good. We have 270 adults, just round it up. So that's 27,000 food. And combined with the apples and the apricots and the flour and the buckwheat and the potatoes, we should be there and meet that. But, well, we are not meeting it yet, but hopefully after this we are. Good evening, Cooper. Nice of you to join us. How are you this evening? Hope all is well. People in this cute little town are struggling a bit with their food demands, but as soon as they get harvests in, we should fix that. We started a little bit of a section here with new housing and stuff. Hope you like it. Made some bigger gardens. At least we keep them long, but made them slightly less wide. But they're a bit bigger than usual, so that should be nice. Ah, good to hear that you're fine. That's great. Made a little market/park area here. So now you're up to speed on where we are. And let's just continue with building the area here. All right, there we go. That's another house. Guess we need to keep investing in some housing for now. There's another one, just the fourth one, and then our building queue is long enough again, so we can wait a bit. Yeah, this should be about it. I hope it's a bit straight, but I guess it is. Yeah, it's okay. It's not a totally flat terrain. There's some bumps in the terrain. I have to say, I really like this little overlay button. Always show occupied spaces. It really helps to build structures now. So if we want to place the little fencing now, we can immediately see where all the constructions are. And it works very smart. So if we move away, we can see it fading away. But once we get closer, it's there again. I like it a lot. This really helps. A house with a backyard garden. Alright. Your wish is my command, as they say then. Let's go here. Let's start by setting this up. Now we always have to have a little bit of a front garden, because there's this little patch where they need to get out of the house. So there's always a very small portion of front garden. Now I think this is a bit small, isn't it? So we'll just make it a bit longer. Otherwise it's a bit small and we can't really see. Let's go up all the way here. I don't think it really matters whether we place it straight in the middle or something to the right or left. So we'll place it like this. And then see what it does. And I like the idea. So we're just going to build a full row of this. For comparison, so at least we have multiple houses where we can see if it works or not. That should be interesting. All right. Now I also don't know the effects of the road and how big that is. So the little pathway that they use to get towards their house, if it really makes a difference or not in terms of the output, because they're not producing that much anyway on their own little fields, so I don't know if it's really going to make a difference, but it's an interesting idea, so we'll try it out. And maybe we get the idea that it works way better if you put the house in the front and we get a much bigger yield out of this little field. Although I already have to say that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flags long. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 flags long, so this is slightly bigger. If we want to do a real comparison, we need to measure things out. But I think it will also just be interesting to watch. And I'm always trying new ideas, just like this little marketplace. This is not how I usually make them, so try the new one here. And I would love to just try new things. So let's try this. The house in front and just a big backyard garden. Interesting idea. Right, we have some honey here, horilka. Salt and some potatoes so the people can eat. These are still coming in, I guess, with their little wagon from all the way there. Hopefully they can find a good job soon. Let's buy some extra wheat to make plenty of honey. With the extra wheat we can make a little bit of extra flour, which is good. We can sell some extra salt. Deal. Flax to sell? No. Do we now have shoes in store? Yeah, we have 200 shoes. So finally shoe production caught up. Since we were a little bit late starting with the shoe production, we had to produce quite a few shoes and that were immediately sold to the people. And now finally most people have shoes. And we can start to stock up a bit on the shoes. That's nice. And I really like how they balance things. So we need one shoemaker. We have a town now of 400 people and one shoemaker is enough. And I think that's good. That's one of the things I don't really like about games like Bastide or Patron. You sometimes need a lot of the same buildings to supply a very small population with something. And I do like the fact that in here, one shoemaker is enough for 400 people. And after a while, yes, we need another one, but not straight away. Miroslav has a broken leg. Ah. I have to say, he walks quite fast for somebody with a broken leg. Carrying 200 bricks in a cart with his broken leg. This is a tough guy. Look at him running around with his broken leg. Well, I'm not going to do that. Well, these are supplying all the goods to the building site and everything is there, so another row house will come in. Just as we need it. And as we'll get a lot more people again in town. And we're getting close to the harvest. We already need 30 more people. Oh, they're already busy with the harvest. Very good. No, not yet. They're ripening. Yeah, almost starting with the harvest. My mistake. Oh, he can be employee of the year. If you run around like that with 200 bricks in your cart with a broken leg, you're my hero. So what are your plans for this weekend, Cooper? Any nice things in mind or playing a nice game? Anything to sell anymore? No. How are we doing here? We have a few potatoes left. We have 800 buckwheat left, so we almost entirely ran out of food. Whew. Really happy with the extra farm that we've got. I hope the yield is good. We get some potatoes and some potatoes. That's about it. So we don't get that much food out of it actually. 3 fallow fields in the beginning. That's where the extra people come in. They can really help out sowing the farm fields in much quicker and getting better yields out of it. Another IndyCar race? There was one last week. Are they doing all the races on the same weekends all the time? Why are these people out of drinking water? There's some drinking water here. There's some drinking water here. Yeah, slowly starting to get out of drinking water. I guess we need to add some drinking water sources to this area because there's a lot of families living here close together and they're probably not getting all the drinks that they need. Let's start setting that up. Now this should be some sort of a nice looking area anyway. With some trees and stuff. Why not build 2 wells here that we're going to immediately speed up. And then we'll remove this fence. We'll just leave this one to keep the road maintained. All the rest can go. And then we'll start decorating this soon so the people have a nice place to... I do remember you're retired, but I didn't know that retirees stopped making plans. I mean, both my parents are retired, but they still make plans. So I just thought it wouldn't hurt to ask what if you had any plans. But nice to hear that you're just not making plans and just making things or seeing things how they come. That's nice. Taking one day at a time. Apples. Yeah, we have some apples again. Very good. Different sources of food coming in finally. Let's keep that up. Very true, very true. It's the same as Roadhog, who's also just taking it by the day, see what comes his way. And making the best out of it. That's a good way to live. Alright, let's get some people settled around the well. I forgot to hold the shift key. So these should now make for nice gossip places around the well. Can't really call it water cooler gossip, but well, this has to go through like that. This will be the areas where they can gossip around about all the people in town. We'll place an apricot tree here, because I like the apricot trees. And for the difference, we'll do apple trees right here. There we go. Well, this should definitely solve the water issue in these areas, because this should provide quite a bit of extra water. I'll probably do some battle with clan friends in WoWs. Is that what's that, or World of Warcraft? No plot for burial. Alright, our graveyard's filling up. I guess we should start on this side now then. So let's make a few bushes here. And then place a few burial slots. Uneven terrain. Well, that should not be a problem when you're put in the ground. Alright. Uneven terrain. Okay, well, this is maybe where the bench can be. For people to contemplate. Can we make it face the water? Yes, very good. Let's plant another row of bushes here. And we'll have another graveyard area. Very good. Yeah, The Ships is the only online game I play at the moment. Been playing it from June 2015 up to now. Alright. Oh, it's World of Warships, not Warcraft, I guess. I don't know. I'm not really there for the MMORPGs, or what's it called? Something like that. Ooh, we finally have people in here and they finally start to collect some resources. That's good. We need more housing in this area and then things should be fixed. Ah, World of Warships. I've seen some advertising about it. I got given an AOE game compendium, so might install that. AOE. Oh, that should probably be Age of Empires. Depends on the version, of course, whether it's worth it, but nice game, Age of Empires. Especially when I was young, that was fun. I believe they did a remake of some version or something like that pretty recent. Or am I mistaken? I thought I read something about an Age of Empires game that should be a bit like the one in the old days, but then a complete remake. I don't know. Well, we're already 1 hour into the stream. Well, not right now, in 2 minutes. It's interesting though, because while we were having dinner, Wifey was all excited about me streaming again this evening, and she would be in the chat having so much fun talking to all the nice people there. And we have not heard a word from Wifey. Very interesting. I don't know where she is, maybe she's lurking around. But, well, she was pretty excited about it. We just did not hear a word from her yet. Alright, we need more people. Of course, that's still the problem. And we don't have enough booze. I'm lurking. Ah, there she is. Yeah, I thought so. Alright, we have plenty of booze. It's just not getting to the tavern quick enough. Hopefully that gets fixed soon. And maybe we should just build an extra tavern somewhere. Now we have one on this side. Maybe we can use this little spot for another tavern to provide for more fun in town. And then I think we should place this sideways, just to have a little bit of a different view. Hey Phil! How nice of you to be here. How are you today? Or if you just want to lurk around, feel free to not say a word. Alright, here we are with another tavern. Let's get pine trees in here, because I've read somewhere that pine trees are very resilient trees. And I think around a little tavern, they'll get thrown a lot of stuff at them, if you get what I mean. So have a few pine trees there that are very good and strong could be very good. Let's get some bushes. Some of these too. Oh, it's fine, it's fine. Everybody can just lurk around, no problem. But I knew Wifey was looking forward to this, so I was kind of expecting her to be talking to everybody, and it was so silent. But of course, anybody who's here just lurking around, feel free to do so. I hope you have a good time. You're always free to mingle and to talk in chat. Everybody's always really nice in here, but don't feel any obligation to do that. Let's build a well here so people can refresh themselves when they get out of the tavern and then go home and tell their wives that they did not get a drink here. Let's move this up because we need a working tavern in order to keep the town growing. Very true, Kevin, very true. I just have to do one thing, play this game, and I still make a mess of things. While all the ladies can just do whatever they want and multitask and bring everything to a good end. Yeah, always jealous about that, but it's just the way it is. Alright, let's plant new trees here so that we can get a quick run of trees again soon. These will not be producing anything soon. These produced quite good. These also produced quite good, I think. Let's go check. Resources. Yeah, we got a good amount of apricots, but still a lot of perishing. I don't like that. We also produced a good amount of apples this time. Getting better and better. I like that. Buckwheat harvest is now slowly coming in, as well as the others, so hopefully we can bring in a lot of goods. Messenger from Derkachi. Let's sell some charcoal, of course, make some money. 450 shoes in store, 1600 clothing, so we're getting good amounts there. Let's sell 500 Horilka this time, not too much. And I'm still quite tempted to buy a few potatoes just to make sure that we have enough. I think we have to compensate a little bit and get some extra in. How much hops do we have? Only 400 left. Waiting for another season. I want to see how much hops we produced. We produced 1976. And apparently that's not enough to keep this running all the time. So it might well be that we're going to build extra hop farms soon. Because we need more beer and stuff. Ruling a town. Well, I'm just a capitalist. I let the businesses do everything and complain afterwards as a politician that the businesses aren't doing what I want. Alright, let's start working on another hop farm. Because we need more hops, but we also need to make room for it first. And we can do that by planning it out. And then making sure... Oh, we did not build a very big hop farm last time. That's probably it. Okay. Let's build a very big one then. Get as much out of it as possible. But they still have to chop a few trees to get it done. Let's try and make sure that they can right now. There we go. We'll take them some time to chop those trees, but that should be okay. Well, I hope all is well, Phil, and just feel free to keep lurking around, no problem. It's so nice in chat. Alright, this row house is completely filled up again. The next one, let's see, do we have the bricks for that? We have 6,000 bricks now. We need another 10,000, so we're almost there with the next batch of bricks. Then we can build this row house and this whole area is done. And then we're going to build the 2-story row houses on this side. And we'll have our big street with row houses here and the park in the middle. Ah, that would be so much fun. As she does when I get stressed. Yeah, I don't really get stressed, but yeah, true. Well, you can shout in sign language. You can even whisper in sign language, as I've been told, so that's interesting. New family settling in town, finally in this part, because we need more workers here. Although these are finally filled up, this looks good. Good amounts of food in here now. Good amounts of workers in here too. We have the first batch mashing. Still gathering some wheat, and then this can start mashing too. But I think we still not have enough wheat. Going to need another farm soon. We don't even have the people to work these farms. Okay, Phil, enjoy doing your laundry. If you feel like it, I still have some stuff for ironing laying around here, so you're welcome to do. Messenger from Balaklia. Well, we still have plenty of iron, that's no worry. Everything else we're going to keep, so this is it. It's November. This farm's almost done harvesting, which is good because we really need to harvest in. We now have... Oh boy, we only have 2,500 buckwheat and it's only November. We did get 7,000 potatoes and still counting. We still have 22 being harvested, so that is good. But we definitely need more food out of the farms. And I guess we just were unlucky with what some of the farms produced. That's also a thing, so... Yeah, this is producing a lot of barley. Because this needs barley, but I guess we have plenty of barley. We don't need that much. We do need extra wheat, so maybe we can switch out some barley from this farm soon. No, it's not producing that much actually. Let's keep it like it is. Oh well, I actually enjoy ironing. I mean, I put on a good movie on the television and I'm just standing there doing all the ironing work. I don't mind. As long as it's not too long, because after 2 hours it gets a bit repetitive, but... I don't mind doing it. It's just that you have to do it so often and I don't want to do it all the time. Yeah, I'm very tempted to just build a lot more houses, but they're not getting built anyway, so we should just take our time. Next year, we should be getting some more buckwheat, just one more buckwheat. And here, we had a nice buckwheat harvest here, but we still need more. Oh, maybe we can start a trading place for household chores so that somebody can bring all the ironing and the one that likes it the most does the ironing while the other one does the vacuum cleaning and stuff like that. Maybe we can do that. help each other out. Oh boy, we're not gonna get this done in time. So we're gonna lose a lot of crops too. I don't like it. I don't like it. Alright, well, we really need to speed up the process of building these houses. This one might help out a little bit because this will bring in a lot more people. But we've only grown with like 50 people so far, or 40, which is not that much. Probably a lot of kids. Well, I haven't ironed in years, before a few years ago, but now for my work I need to iron my shirts because everything needs to be perfect. And wifey wants all her stuff ironed, so I do that. But for myself, I only do a few blouses that I have that I iron, and that's it. I used to buy non-iron shirts, and when you hang them up properly, when they're good wet and you hang them up the right way, then they won't get all messed up, so that's nice. Alright, anybody that has any booze that's going bad, you can bring it to Roadhog, that's his job. Anybody that wants to fall asleep and has trouble falling asleep can come to me. I'll just play a stream and people can fall asleep with it. So we all have our perks. Alright, people, I have a question. Let's take a look. We have created this year 6,000 apricots, of which more than half perished. And we have made multiple sales areas. We have tried everything, but we just can't keep them good. Now there's two things. We can just keep them because we are still selling 3,000 apricots. Or I could just destroy the trees, plant new trees, make apple trees. And make sure that and then for 2 years we won't get any fruits out of this, of course, but then we get apples which stay good for longer, so that could be a thing. So should I switch my apricots to apples or should I leave them as it is? Hello Larry! Nice of you to be here. I hope all is well. Do you have a ratio for houses, garden versus not? No, I do not. I don't know if you've watched some of the Ostriv series on my channel. I've actually recently started using the garden houses in great numbers like this. Before this, I usually built cities without houses with gardens, or just like use 10 houses with gardens, because that was a bit of a challenge for me, just to create cities without those gardens, make it a bit harder to provide them with the food. This village is more built for aesthetics, and I like these small gardens around the houses. That's why I built it this way. I think this looks like a really nice town. Houses with a small garden and then the streets in there and stuff. So that's why I'm using that. But so I don't have a real ratio or something like that. It makes it a tiny bit easier, of course, but they don't really grow that much themselves, especially with these small gardens. So it's not a big help. The ones with the bigger gardens actually produce better amounts, so they can feed themselves for a bit. That's nice. But it will mostly depend on your play style, whether you want a lot of houses with big gardens. I like to build a real city, as we are trying to build row houses here, and we're going to build row houses here too, so this will really function as a city center. And then I like to have a lot of houses in a tight space, so small gardens or no gardens. But if you like towns that are a little bit more spacious and people providing a lot of their own food, then you should get bigger gardens. So there's no real ratio, just a lot of little gardens because I enjoy the looks of it right now. This one has a big garden, of course, but this also provides a lot of good food for itself. So I hope that answers your question. I'm always tempted to use a lot of words to answer a question. I'm very sorry if that bothers people. It's just who I am. Well, we should be getting some nice Orilka. Still producing beer, but we really need more hops. A Swedish Viking, not a Yankee. I prefer the Swedish Vikings in most situations. You keep running out of food. What do you do with your farms? Do you build farms first of all? If you start a game, by the end of the first year, you should have at least one farm. So once you start and you build the 9 houses that you have to build, they have food for 2 years. After that, they run out. So you really need a farm. Now, when I started playing this game, I just made 3 very big, huge farm fields and played with that because that was what they could sow in time. And now I switched to using smaller fields because as soon as a field is sown in, it starts growing. And the quicker they do that, the more yield you can get out of a single field. So if you build multiple smaller fields like this, these are 25 by 50, I guess. You can make them even smaller. Then even though you might use the same surface with the big fields, you can still get a bigger yield out of them because some of the fields are already starting to grow quite quickly. And you have to make sure that you hire enough workers. So make sure that they can hire laborers and that you have enough of them. But the biggest issue is, and I have that issue right now in this game too, to keep building farms. Right now we have a farm here, which is pretty small, but it's a farm. We have one here, we have one here, so that's number 3. Here we have number 4, I recently built. Here we have farm number 5, and I'm also struggling to provide enough food. We can see right here in the resources that I still have some buckwheat left, 2,900, but that's not enough to last until the next summer, so that's an issue. We did have a good potato harvest, so we still have 10,000 potatoes, so we should be fine there. We are still producing flour, so that should be okay too. But you need to keep going with building farms every now and then. I try to build a farm every 2-3 years, depending on how fast I grow my city. But you need a lot of food, and you can provide that with farms. And of course, don't forget to use the right crop rotation. So I have plows here. Plows, we have 3 different types of fertility, and every little crop uses an amount of fertility. You can see right here. If you have a plow, once the field is plowed, the crops will use less of those little fertilities. So you can get more crops done before you need to have a fallow field to regain all the fertility. So this is a very efficient farm because I can do a lot of farming before you need a fallow field. On this farm, for instance, I don't have plows yet. And we can only do so much before we need to have another fallow field again. So those things can also help you out a bit. Make sure that you get plows, so you can get more yield out of a field. Put your animals on them. So if you have cows, make sure that they use a fallow field, because once they use a fallow field, all their manure will make sure that the fertilities come back, so you can have a better yield out of it. And the problem I'm having is that I don't have enough people to work on the farms, which is basically the biggest issue right now. So make sure you have enough people to actually work on the farm so they can quickly sow and harvest and get all the jobs done. That's why I'm building a lot of houses right now, because I need more people in this area to work this farm, for instance, to work the hop yards and things like that. So, well, those are the most basic tips I can give you right now. I hope it helps. Right, another village house done. We're getting to the row house now. I hope we have all the bricks for it. I think we do. Hey, ID! Nice of you to be here. Very nice. How are you? Well, took quite some time, but you're here. You caught the stream. Real happy. I hope all is well. Oh, that's great. And I can see we have 12 viewers. Very nice. I hope everybody enjoys. And if you do, please don't forget to hit the little like button. It's a big help for me. It's totally free for you. Ooh, we have shoes and clothes in store here. We have plenty to sell. I like it. Trying to sell some booze, but I guess Roadhog is buying it all already. Alright, this looks good. This needs firewood. I think there should be... Oh, they're not getting firewood here yet. Oh, my foresters are probably struggling a little bit because they have to walk so far to this one to get the trees out and then bring them back. That's another issue. Okay, well, we'll have to be a little bit patient with all the firewood then, or did we completely run out? I don't think so. Yeah, we ran out of firewood. That's a problem. That is a problem. Let's go like this. So they will stop using wood and they will just produce firewood. It's the middle of the winter and all of a sudden we run out of firewood. Who would have guessed that? Now there's plenty of people living in this part of town that can do a job. So if we build a forester here, we can clear out these trees. And there's actually workers here that can do the job. So let's build a forester here. Let's get it done straight away. And get some extra trees out. Oh boy. Ah, you have a day off. Really nice. Yeah, with the time difference it can be tough. I'm still not in the position yet that I can do streams on different times of the day. I hope someday I can, and then I can start... I don't know, very early or whatever, or do a midnight stream here, whatever, and then hopefully you can be there too. But right now that's not really possible. Let's get some warm clothing for the people, by the way, since we ran out of firewood. They have the same word for nail. Very interesting. Which map am I using? I don't know if I can see that right here. Let's just see. New game. I believe it's not this one, not this one. This one, map 4. We only have stone and limestone. So, no iron ore. So we can't produce our own iron. So this is map number 4. The most interesting feature with this map is that most of the land is pretty flat, so you can basically build almost everywhere, which is a very good feature, I think. There are some maps where they won't allow that because of the hills. Alright, I think I have an idea. If I mark a few trees for removal that are close by, will they go for those first? I hope so. Because that could help out, because then they don't have to walk that far. Because that's the main issue now. You have to walk all the way here, chop trees in this area, bring the log back, and that just takes a lot of time. That's why we run out of wood and firewood. And I kind of hope that this will fix it, but I don't think so. the easiest way to fix it, and it is a big issue, because we are totally running out of firewood and people will start to get very pissed soon, is to delete or pause this construction. That should probably be it. Hopefully they will stop removing the trees now. That could work. The same word for nail and claw. Alright, we can see 2 logs here. Yeah, they're now getting logs from here, I hope. Although I'm not sure. I guess it's just getting used to. I think it should be possible to live with, claws like that, or nails like that, whatever people call them. I don't really know, but yeah, it should be possible. Oh, we still need wood here. More and more people start to run out of firewood. Our tavern is working though, and we have no housing available, so this one is filled up too. We have still 483 people. Maybe some people did already leave. Did people already leave because we have... No, we have no empty houses. Okay, well, it's just time to fix the issue. Will they still go... Waiting for a partner going to work. Where is he going to work? Alright, they're going up there. And now to the left. Yeah, he's going to get a tree here now. So this should help because this is walking a lot shorter. That should start filling up the amount of firewood and normal wood that we have. So that should work. Then as soon as this one is done, we get extra workers in here. And then all the problems should be fixed. Although I still wonder why nobody is using charcoal in their houses to keep their houses warm as soon as they run out of firewood. I would say that that would be possible to just use some charcoal in your house to keep your house warm, but oh well, not too many people have issues actually at this point, so I'm quite happy that the problem is not that big. Most of them still have some firewood, so we can deal with it. Interesting how the conversation always comes down to wifey's nails. How are we doing? We are out... No, still not out of buckwheat. That's good. We still have 9,500 potatoes, so that did work out very good. We still have honey to sell, so we should be good with the food. I just hope we can get the buckwheat production up too, because I don't want to run out. Nails like in the smithy. No, they're talking about wifey's nails. That's the usual topic. They can either discuss the new color that should be put on, or whether they're fake or not, or things like that. And Kevin is the go-to guy if you want to know anything about nail polishing and stuff like that. He has all the knowledge for it, so... I don't know a lot about whips. I do know a lot about getting whipped, but that's something different. It's just when I don't do the chores in the house quick enough, I get whipped, so... Alright, let's get workers in here if we have some to spare. We don't really have a lot to spare. Ah, there's one. Very good. Well, you're not disagreeing, so that says a lot, I guess. So, what's going on in your life, ID? All going well? You have the day off now, though that's nice. Yeah, I can't be sitting in my chair here behind my computer all the time because of all the the scarring and stuff on my back from the whip, so yeah. Oh boy. Alright, getting in some extra wood again, so let's hope we can... Yeah, we stocked up on some 1400 firewood, so that's good. We have a new family coming in. Oh no, a child has been born. That's a bit of difference. And we are back into another sowing season. We have open vacancies for more than 100 people. So let's hope that the sowing in goes quick now. I'm kind of hoping that this one can hire a few extra people now that we have a few houses here. But it doesn't appear to be so. Although there are a lot of laborers here. You would say that they should be able to do a labor job on the farm. I'm just going to raise their wages by a little bit. Because I believe that things like the charcoal pits also have a raised amount of pay. No, okay, that's good. Should raise that a little bit too. So that it gets done afterwards. But they need to just sow in all the farms. Here we can see all the animals going to the pastures. So this fertility will get up fairly quickly. Which is very nice, of course. Oh boy, I'm not going to comment on the chat right now. Let's focus on my little town. Alright, the sowing is starting because some of the plowing is done. And these are now 1 year old, so just another year and we'll get done with the apples. We can get another batch of that. Let's go over the animals right here, because I think we have some more to slaughter, yes. That could bring in some extra meat, but also some extra hides for the clothing production. Yeah, we can slaughter these because this one is already 11 months old, so he'll be of age soon. We could do the same with the sheepies. We have a lot of sheep. We have a 1 year old ram. Oh, we have a lot of 1 year old rams. So let's start slaughtering them. They won't provide good amounts of food anyway. And they won't produce any milk. So let's get rid of the rams. Get some extra hides going. This is tanning. This is still gathering the resources, but we should be getting them soon now with all the slaughtering that we're doing. Yeah, that should go well. We are creating brothcloth. And we are creating some warm clothing with the sheepskin. So that's working too. I do think we can use another tailor soon though. Simply because we have so much clothing to produce. Would be interesting if we could fit another tailor in here. But I have doubts about that. Yeah, there's uneven terrain. Oh, there's some space. It's a bit cramped if we place it, but I think we should do it. Just to get the extra warm clothing that we need. We have 300 in store now, but we need a bit more. And of course, let me not forget to say thanks to everybody who did hit the like button. I can see the likes run up to 8, so thanks a lot. That's really a big help, especially afterwards. Once this video will be just live and will be done streaming, people can still watch it, and it will be rated a lot better in people's recommended videos, so that's good. Thanks a lot, that could help me grow my channel. I really appreciate the help. Plenty of water in here, we're gonna get more housing soon. It's the end of March. One field is already done, so they're growing now there. But they're not hiring a lot of people, so that is still an issue. This farm is done sowing in within a month, because they start the 1st of March, so that's good. We'll get a good yield out of this farm. This farm is not done yet, but 2 fields are already done, 1 almost. And they can hire a good amount of people, so that works. This one is done, so that's perfect. Although we have a lot of fallow fields here too. But this should work out. We get a good yield out of this farm. I guess because of all the people that live in the row houses, that should speed things up a bit. And here they are still hiring, but one is completely done sowing. Okay, this one really needs to start speeding up with hiring more people. So we should invest in some housing here too, to make sure that these can hire a lot of people and get the sewing in done a lot quicker. But we're getting there. I never thought that Ostriv would make me realize I need to cut my nails. Oh, that's a good way to put it. That's a good way to put it. But that's the nice thing about the chat here. It's just everybody can be themselves. Everybody can say whatever they want. We can have nice, interesting talks about basically anything. So just enjoy yourself in here. Do we have some firewood again? Alright, we have 1,000 firewood right now. We should not be using as much as before, so I think we can unpause this one for a bit now, because now it's not winter time. And then hopefully they can get rid of the trees and get the hop farm going. A messenger from Derkachi. Let's sell some charcoal. Let's buy some iron so we don't run out. And no, we're not going to buy potatoes. We're not really selling anything at this point. No. Not going to sell anything else. So this should be it. This is good. We now have 1,000 shoes in store, so we actually produce good amounts. Ah, they hired one worker. Very nice. Should still be hiring more, but okay. The dairy is doing a good job. And still good amounts of milk around, so... And we have a house available. Nice. I think we have a store here that we're not using. Yes, we are. Alright, apples, apricots. You guys still didn't answer my question. Should I trade in the apricot trees, chop them down, and turn them in for apples? Because apples stay good for a lot longer, and most of the apricots perish all the time. Because if I need to do that, of course we won't have any food coming out of this for 2 years, but that's okay. After that we get apples that stay good for longer. Should I do that, or should we keep the apricots? That's important for this little store, of course. While I am filling in the rest, so let's get clothing in here. Some shoes, some warm clothing to be sold, some firewood. Ah, Phil says apples. Finally somebody with a decent answer. Thanks a lot, Phil. Yeah, I think we should get the apples too, and then we can switch this out for flour. Should be producing some flour now again. Well, at least hopefully soon. Alright. I don't know if we get some wood out of this, but we could try that. Remove the trees. Let's remove the trees, and then we'll plant apple trees. I wonder, will they be the ones removing the trees? They did plant them themselves. Will they now remove them or not? I wonder. Let's check, because she's going to work now. Yes, she is. Oh, and they're turning them into firewood, so we get small amounts of firewood out of that. Nice. Well, this will help us to make sure that we get out of the firewood issue that we had. So this is a good help. I guess we need to put some extra workers in there for now. Just for now. So that they can chop them down quickly and get the apple trees in. They can dry the apricots in their houses, but the problem is I can't sell them all in time before they perish, because the apricots perish in like 3 months. So I don't think we can see it right now. No, because we have not produced any. But in the last years, if we go to apricots, we can see the amount of perished apricots is very big because we just couldn't get them out to the people. By the way, for those wondering, how does it work with the yields? Well, in the first year, you get a small yield, and the yield goes up during the years. And then it starts to go up and down a little bit. But in the first few years, you get a better yield, and then it tops off and you get a steady amount. So don't expect... I mean, it takes 2 years before the trees start to bear fruit, of course. So this is the 3rd year. You have the trees. You get a good amount of food, but not too much. Year after, it doubles already. That's all because of the maturity of the trees. So you can see that really good in that graph that it actually works. Alright, here go all the trees. Now we'll set it up to apples. There we go. 9,000 firewood out of that. Alright, let's make sure that they put all the trees in as quickly as possible, and then we get the workers out again, because then we don't need them for a bit. But yeah, in their houses they can dry them, but we're just not able to sell all them quick enough. I'll try to find a house with some dried fruits, but I don't think we'll have that at this point. We just have to be lucky. Well, we can see if we actually have dried fruit. No, apparently not. It's not in this list anyway, so probably not there. Oh yeah, here we have a little bit of dried fruit. But yeah, they have to take it to their house. They have to be a certain amount, I believe like 8, 9 or 10, and then they can turn that into dried fruit. But that takes some time. Ah, here we have 11 dried fruit. But we just couldn't get it spread around town and sold to the people quick enough. And with the apples we actually can, or at least do a better job. Let's take a look at the apples. If we take a look, there's not even a perished graph because they didn't perish so far. So that's very good. I like that about the apples. Alright, so far so good. It's May. They still have not sown all these fields completely. I'm not happy with that. I am not happy with that. How's that going here? Ah, these are almost done. But you can see the difference in growth time. The first field is already growing quite a bit. And the last field is just starting to grow. And there will be a big difference in yield. We can even already see the crops on this field. So we should get a good yield out of this field. And the last field, which is probably one of these. Yeah, this one. This is the last field. You can't even see the crops yet because they still have to come up. Which also means that in the end, once the ripening and the harvesting starts, we will get a way smaller yield out of this field. So the quicker you can sow in the land, the more food you get out of it. Alright, these all got married, so that means that these are not new people in town. One is in the hop yard, one is unemployed. Alright, she can be a laborer then, so that is good, because we need more laborers. Need at least one functioning tavern. Oh, we have 2 taverns, and we have booze in here. Ooh, we're almost out of booze. I guess we need to buy some. I believe this was producing. Ah, it's distilling now. Okay, so this is producing some booze, but we don't have weed. We need more weed and we need beer. But for beer we need hops, and they should be coming in soon. Alright, we can get the workers out of here, by the way. Yep. These are all sown in. Here the last trees get planted. Just one more to go. All the trees are in. 2 workers to just maintain the land. A messenger from Paniud. Ooh, let's buy some mead. Deal. There we go. Alright, that's good. Do we have to sell them anything? Oh, we have 1,000 beer in the export stock. that we're not gonna sell soon, so let's get it out. So we can sell it on the market and have a working tavern. As long as our taverns work, we can get new people in. Luckily we have no houses at this point, but soon we will. Not enough food variety. Ah, we have no apricots anymore, so let's make this apples. I guess we can get all the apricots out of the different granaries. Okay, this should all be good, no issues. How are we doing here? Let's get the apricots out. Buckwheat, flour, potato, apples, beer. I think we're out of buckwheat. Yeah, we are out of buckwheat. That's why we're not meeting the food variety needs. Welcome back, wifey. Alright, so we still need to invest a little bit more in farming to get some more buckwheat. Is there anything we are overproducing? Do we still have hemp? No. Do we still have flax? No. So they're using all of that, so that is good. Potatoes, buckwheat. Yeah. This basically all looks good. It just all needs to come in. Now it's already the end of May, so that should work out. Well done, Phil. Always nice when the laundry is done. Do we still have apricots in here? Yes, let's get rid of them. We don't need them anymore then. We sell salt here, apricots, firewood, apples. I think I'm going to sell some extra apples around here. Just to make sure that we sell them all. We still have nothing to sell in this because we don't have any goods for it. So we might as well get rid of this little lady so she can do another job. Ah, the entertainment needs are satisfied. Very good. We now only have vacancies for 22 people in total. That's good. That's the lowest we had in a while. So more and more people get jobs and can do something. That's good. Here you can really see the difference between a badly sown in field, where you can see crops with a lot of open fields, and a well sown in field, where all the crops actually start growing. I really hope on some farms we can still get a good yield. After this is done, I think the focus should be on this area to get more people here so that this farm can do a better job. Let's start setting it up. At least I like to do something. Instead of just looking around town, see where all the problems are. We need to start fixing them. So let's get going with that. Let's make these slightly bigger too. I want slightly larger gardens, but not as wide. I'll place the house somewhat in the middle this time. See if that makes a difference. Alright, that's one. I really like the F1 button where you can really customize your housing and stuff. Let's get another one. Yep, just a few more. Guess we also have to set up the water in this area again, otherwise we'll get the same water issue. There we go. Let's set up a well then. We'll do an old-fashioned well in this little part of town. That's nice. And now that we can see all the construction sites straight off without the issue that it's not visible, we can immediately just set up the fencing like we did before without a problem. and decorate the area, which is very nice. Was quite hard when we did not have all the buildings visible, but now that we have that, this is really nice. Okay, here we go. Another section of town incoming at some point. Well, I can see everybody's having fun in chat. That's good. Nice talks about different species. Very nice. Got a lot of married people in town, which is nice, but they don't really help out because we don't get extra people that do work. They just switch from housing. This house is ready, so come on, new family, come in. All of these got married. Ah, new family. Nice, nice, nice. But a lot of these got married. Okay, well, it's fine. Ah, we can see that the hop farm has all the trees removed. So if we build this before the next sowing season, which is quite some time away, so we don't need to rush, then we get a lot of hops and we can produce a lot more beer. That will be good for the town. That will keep a lot of people happy. Let's check the firewood again. We're up to 35,000 firewood now, so I can say that was fixed. We still have 5,000 potatoes as we get closer to harvesting season, so that is also working. All we need to focus now is buckwheat. Well, Cooper, the best way of knowing a lady is to just always expect the unexpected. And that's also what's so fun about it. Never a dull moment, always interesting. And just don't expect you know anything. That's usually the best way. Alright, crops are still growing. Apparently we do meet the food variety needs now because they're all gone. I guess the apples got in. Yeah, we're getting the first apples in. That helps. Then we have apples, potatoes, some flour, some honey. That really helps make sure that everybody gets the food that they need. Here we have all the drinks. I think here we're selling a lot of apricots. That should be apples now. And we still have a lot of honey. And I wonder if there's still a space where we can start to sell some honey. Yep, here. Very good. Interesting that we play a little game about a Ukrainian town in 1733 and we're just talking about nails and nail polish and now women and all different aspects of life, just as we try to build a nice looking town. I have to say, now that I zoom in like this, I like this little area with row houses. It just looks nice. With all these colors now, because it's summertime. I think we did build a nice town so far. And we have a messenger, and I believe, yes, he has some horilka. Now we're going to buy a bit, not too much, but we just have to keep the booze going in town. And as we do, that should be sufficient. I guess that's how they came up with the concept of Superman. They created a man that came from a different planet. And he would definitely be Superman because he had a chance of actually understanding women. But apparently he had different powers. But, I mean, any guy that would have come from a different planet and would be able to understand a lady would be Superman. Because us normal people can't do that. Alright, let's get rid of the fencing here and start another row house. Now we're going to do the row houses number 2, if we can squeeze them in, of course. Place is occupied, yes I know. But I think we can still squeeze it in if we squeeze it along the road here. Just like this, yes. Move it over a bit. There it goes. Alright, that's number 1. Well, in some cases it's more about the hunt than the actual collection, so... Here comes another house. Nice. Now let's hope not another family gets married, but we actually get new people in. I think, yeah, we still have way too many kids compared to the others. 161 children. We could use a few more people that can actually work. Ripening time. Just a bit longer and we get a nice season of harvest. Another house done. I don't see people getting married straight away. Usually they get married straight away. So this should be a good sign. This should mean that there could be a new family incoming. This is all just quite far away from the city center. That's why all these buildings take so long. But in the end, it should be fine. We have some stuff stacked in here, which is great. Because they can really use that to sell it all here. Yeah, looks like... Oh, we can get rid of these apricots. We can sell some extra honey here. And some dried fish. We should have dried fish. No, we don't have fish yet. Oh, that's on my other map. Ah, I'm confused with my other map. We don't have fish at all. Oh, we really need to get going with some fish. That should be nice. Ah, yeah, we really need to get fish. Oh well, we're still short of people and we need a lot of men to work the fisheries, so that ain't happening soon. A new family settling in town. 2 people. They also take their brother, or who is he? Oh, he's coming along with them. Personal log. Arrived. That's his whole log. Find his house. Alright. I guess she's called Marchuk. And he is also... No, he has a different name. Why is he coming in too? And why is he living with them? I don't know. Or is he just coming in to marry somebody else? Oh well, it's fine. As long as we get 3 extra workers, I'm happy with it. We have a messenger from Balaklia. Let's buy a little bit of iron to keep our iron and our nail production up. And that's it. That's all we need right now. Harvesting has started. Perfect. And they should really be doing a good job. Ooh, these already hired 2 people. That's great. That's great. Chickens. Oh, I have chickens. I have chickens. Here we have chickens. I have 2 chicken pens. Chicken coops, I have to say. So here we get some eggs and meat, and here we get some eggs and meat. So yeah, we have them. But I think one of the things that is not properly balanced in this game is chicken, because these 2 chicken coos should be providing a bit more eggs and meat than I think they do. Right now it's August and we have produced 690 meat and 1270 eggs. And knowing that in a good year a chicken can lay 1 egg almost a day, like every 28 hours or something like that. We should get a lot more eggs out of this, but it's okay. But we have 2 chicken coops, not too many, because otherwise they'll eat all my food and I don't want that. But I guess we're almost out anyway. It's good that we got some buckwheat in now, otherwise they would run out. So we really need to focus on some more buckwheat. But the harvest is incoming. Let's see. These can hire 1 person. These can hire 2. This one can hire 3. So it's not actually going that fast with hiring people for the harvest. So we still need to focus on more people. But at least something gets done. And hopefully it is what we need. Now let's see. Here we see the backyard being filled up. There's no roads, but there's also no... Yeah, there is some road here. This is interesting. Yeah, this is usable land. They just didn't sow it in, and now they've formed a road here once they start walking in and out all the time. So there is a slight loss in production area. And it would be interesting to see these houses if they really produce more because they don't have a road in there. Would be really interesting. Sneak away, just hide under the bed. Well, cart shed's working, carpenter is working, although there's not a lot of trees close by anymore. There was a lot of trees here, a whole bunch, but that's gone now. Oh no, this is the carpenter, not the forester. My mistake. Alright, well this is doing a good job, doing preemptive repairs, getting restocked. Ooh, nice family came in. Lots of laborers that can do a good job. Yeah, this farm is now really hiring people. That's what we want to see. This is precisely what we want to see. Looks interesting, curious about the outcome. Ooh, now you have me curious because I've been talking so much. So what are you talking about? What is curious to see? But this is nice. We should get more. If they get these hiring people, or if they can hire this amount of people next year when sowing in, we should get a way better result from the farm. This one is still not hiring as much as I want to, but they're still only busy half a month of harvesting, so that's okay. And I guess once one of these farms is done, all the others can go to this one then, so that should work out. This one is also still hiring. Yeah, the houses with the backyard. I'm very interested in that too. Thanks for reminding me. I'm really interested to see too. I don't know if we can get any real hard numbers on it, but well, it makes sense, and we can see right here, of course, here you have the pathway towards the door, and they're not putting in any crops. So it totally makes sense to see that right here, we can't see that they don't have a path like that. So this should give a bigger yield. And I guess it's not enough to feed the whole village, but it can be enough to feed this family for another month or so. And that could be very interesting in saving food. And of course, if you want an easily sustainable town, just build houses with lots of big gardens all the time. And it's pretty easy to maintain the food in your village. Alright, it's September. Some fields are already emptied out. Well, just one, and this one almost. Okay. Ooh, this is really hiring now. This too. Perfect, perfect. And this one appears to be almost done already. They're bringing in the goods from this field. They need to bring in some goods here and here. Yeah, we can see that this farm is almost ready. That is just a month a little less than a month after they started the harvest. So that's working out. We can really see that there's plenty of people living in this area. That's why this one gets to hire a lot. So the walking distance towards a certain building that has a job available is really important. And as soon as this one is done, quite a few of these people can be hired by the other farms close by. But of course this farm will be way too far and they will not go to work there. So make sure that you don't only build houses in a certain area, put the jobs around it to really make it work. And they don't need to hire anymore. Perfect. That's what we want to see. Alright, let's see. We have 2,000 buckwheat in and still 2,000 incoming from the harvest. We have 7,000 potatoes and still incoming with the harvest. And there's still a lot to be harvested from some crops. I like it. Too bad we can't get graphs from the different farms. I would like to have some more information about when I click this farm. I can just click a graph and see how much this actually produces. So I know that this farm is underproducing or doing the right things or things like that. Because now I have no clue how well this farm is performing. Especially not compared to the others. Now I know this one is not performing that well because we can see that there's a lot of open spaces. So the sowing in did not go that fast. But it would be interesting if we could see in graphs that if we get a few extra people and it starts working more efficient, what the difference actually is. Now it's hard to sometimes see the differences. Ah, we get all the good stories from Cooper now. Interesting. That time for wifey. Oh, it's weekend. You can stay up 10 minutes late. But, yeah, I guess it's bedtime. And I guess that's time for me to slowly put this to an end. We've already been at it for over 2 hours. Having so much fun, so I wish I could just continue for a few hours, but we're not going to do that. Maybe sometime in the weekend I can do a bit of an earlier stream, so we have some more time. That could be fun. Well, Cooper, just save some stories and every now and then tell us one or two, and then the next stream another one or two. That would be fun. Messenger from Dekachi. Let's sell them our charcoal, make some money. We have nice amounts of apples again. Don't need to buy metal parts. We don't... Well, I'm going to buy a little bit of iron, since we have money anyway. And that should be fine. How are we doing with the lime? Yeah, we need a little bit of lime. No, we don't need lime because we already had the lime works and the lime kiln up. So we don't need that actually. The burning is complete. That works. Same here. So we are just creating lime. I guess what we need is a storage to store the lime. So that we can keep producing even though things are already done. So let's build a storage there. Oh, that's true, ID. That's true. So I think this game is very relaxing as soon as you have some sort of a town. Look at this. They're just going around collecting all the goods. Now, with all the openings here, it's a bit weird that they sometimes duck a bit the openings in it, but you could just run this game and just look at it for hours. It just looks so nice. It's so nice. Alright, this field is also totally done. And yeah, hiring lots of people now. Very good. How are we doing with the buckwheat? 2,500. Still another 1,000 incoming. Yeah, we're doing better and better. Okay. Well, now that wifey's going away, I slowly have to start stopping because otherwise she can't sleep because of all my talking. So I'll just slow down the game, put it on speed 1. That should be even more stress relieving. Just to watch them all do their job. And I'm just going to say thank you all so much. It has been amazing. So nice in chat, everybody talking, having a great time. No misspoken words, I like it a lot. So thanks a lot, chat, for being so nice to me, being so nice to each other, having a great time together. I hope we can do that a lot more. Thanks to everybody watching. I hope you had a great time. I had a great time playing the game and talking to you all. Thanks for the 9 likes. That's really amazing. I hope that will do my video good. And I'll be back Sunday. We'll be on Twitch then, of course. And we will be playing Patron again, because we still have a lot to develop there. I hope to see you all there. And have a great weekend. Enjoy yourself. Don't forget to enjoy if there's good weather. And see you all next time. Thank you all. And thanks ID for being here this time. It was great to see you around. I hope to see you another time when you have another free day or when I can stream at a different time. It was really nice having you here. See you all later. Bye bye.